We have a comparison today. We are looking at the Concert Artist series from Kawai, the previous generation, the CA49, and the new updated CA401. We'll be talking about the differences. We'll be talking about what they've updated, maybe what they've lost, some weight, spoiler alert. But we will get to it. We'll talk about feature set, and we'll listen to the brand new sample on the CA401. Stick around. Hi, this is Patrick Marr with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. Make sure to check out our new website, alamopianogalleries.com. It highlights our 9 different stores across 5 different states. If you find yourself near one of them, come check us out. We've got lots of very helpful, friendly people who care about pianos and can showcase a whole bunch of fun stuff and show you which piano might be right for you. Again, that's alamopianogalleries.com. Today we are looking at Kawai series, the CA Concert Artist series, the entry price point, the CA49, which was the predecessor to the brand new released for 2023 CA401. Before we jump in, I do want to hit us with a piano fact. We like to start all of our videos with a piano fact. Today, it's a nice short, sweet one. When in construction of upright pianos and grand pianos, the overall differences, there's numerous ones, but the strings, when you are sitting in front of a grand piano, your strings are horizontal, they're extending in front of you. When you're sitting in front of an upright piano, they are vertical. So some people don't know this, but some upright pianos have longer string length and a bigger soundboard than a grand piano, specifically baby grand pianos. So when you think about the math behind area, you have the width and you have the height, and when you're looking at a upright piano, it is pretty standard formula. When you're looking at a baby grand piano, there is a kind of interesting shape, and so the soundboard can be smaller on a baby grand, but specifically string length can be longer on an upright piano because of the way that the height of the instrument and the way that they angle the strings. Sometimes you are getting longer bass notes on an upright piano, especially when you get up to the 52 inches, sometimes a 54 inch. When you get to those really big studio uprights, the string length and overall tone of the instrument is going to be longer, bigger, and more rich on an upright than it is on a grand piano. So that's something to consider when you are looking at acoustic instruments. Today we are not. We're looking at digital instruments with acoustic samples. So the CA49 and the CA401, the biggest difference right off of the bat is that sample, that acoustic piano sample. It's taken from the same instrument, the SKEX, part of Kawai's Shigeru Kawai line, which is their premium line. Think of like Toyota and Lexus. It's that next step up. It's the handmade premium piano of Japan. Really incredible instruments. The last figure I heard was they make 11 a year for the entire world. The 9'1", handmade, incredible instruments. I've had the privilege of playing 2 or 3 in my time, and every one of them kind of just sparkles in its own way. But the SKEX is sampled for the instruments of the Concert Artist series. The CA49 has a traditional miking of miking up the instrument from the soundboard and from the strings. If you can imagine it being, the lid being propped up and placing microphones in different areas to get the, that full volume, full sound of the instrument. That's kind of been the traditional way of miking up an instrument to get the sample, or if you're in a recording situation, that's how you would go and kind of get the piano sound, is really getting over the strings, maybe putting one underneath the piano and getting a high-level sample. Kawai, on the new series, on their 901, the 701, and now the 401, they've introduced the competition grand. And so that is the SKEX, that same 9'1" Shigeru Kawai, but it's done from the player's perspective. And so, they basically will mic up the instrument like if you were sitting in front of that 9'1" piano, hearing it come to you as a player. And so that was their big development in this. A lot of research went into that, and how do we get it perfectly set up to sound like you were sitting there in front of the instrument. And it's really exciting. On the 401, they're only going to have that competition grand as far as they're rendering highest quality sample. There are, of course, on both these instruments, more pianos on there, about 6 or 7 piano sounds that are really fantastic. 192 note polyphony, part of their progressive harmonic imaging, really incredible sounds. But that actual rendering is going to be the difference between these two when it comes to what you can make adjustments to. So the rendering, it's not just a piano sample, it's actually a piano sample with a whole bunch of modeling around it. So there's parameters in here. It's called Virtual Technician, or Virtual Artisan is the new name for it. But you're able to actually go in and change adjustments on these instruments. You're able to adjust the touch curve. You're able to adjust the string resonance, the cabinet resonance, a whole bunch of different parameters, 19 different parameters. It's really easy to get kind of into the nitty-gritty when you have the application downloaded, whether that's on your phone or on Android or an iPad tablet type device. You're able to download the Kawai Piano Remote app, which is a free app. It communicates wirelessly to both of these instruments. The 49 had Bluetooth MIDI on it. The 401 has Bluetooth MIDI as well, but it also added the addition of Bluetooth audio. Bluetooth audio, this is sometimes a point that needs to be explained to people, because people are like, oh, well, I can use my Bluetooth headphones with it. Unfortunately, that is not the case on any digital piano from any manufacturer. Wireless headphones is not something that they recommend right now. There's a latency delay in you striking the strings and the sound being registered in your headphones. Bluetooth audio is talking about what happens when you go into your car and your phone syncs to the stereo console. That's Bluetooth audio, being the ability to translate entertainment on your phone through the speaker system on the instrument. So the 401 now has that capability. You're able to connect to it on your phone. Hey, I'm going to pull up Spotify or Apple Music. I'm going to pull up YouTube. I'm going to play this. It's going to come out of that 40-watt speaker system that's on the CA401. Really a nice addition. This is something we are, as consumers, kind of getting used to, as everything that I buy needs to be able to communicate. Refrigerators, everything has it nowadays, where you're able to really seamlessly sync up and take advantage of full features from your phone to the device. The 401 also added on the music desk. It's kind of a silly little feature, but it is one that's useful. On the music desk, where you would put your music book, it's one of those pain points where the book always wants to close on itself. They've added two little brackets that kind of flip up. That was not on the 49, that is on the 401 now, but the brackets flip up, and so the pages don't close on you and the book doesn't close on you. Just a nice little feature that kind of enhances the playing perspective on it. Another feature is they changed the actual cabinet of the instrument. To the naked eye, it almost looks identical. There's about a 1/4 inch height difference, so you get a little bit more height on it. There is a depth difference, so the actual footprint of the depth, it's added about 1.5 inches. Weight difference, it's actually lost some pounds, which is interesting. It's a bigger, a slightly larger footprint, but a little bit lighter. Still going to have 40-watt speakers, so 220 watts the left and right channel. Still at 192 polyphony. Still 19 sounds. The sounds are a little bit different, and so we wanted to highlight that. We will get right into that playing demo now. Again, the first sound sample that you will be hearing on both the 49 and the 401 is that SKEX rendering. The big difference, again, the 49 is going to be that traditional mic'd up on the soundboard, and on the 401 it's going to be from the competition. It's called the competition sample, or it's kind of competition rendering of the SKEX from the player's perspective. Again, we are running out of the instrument. Something I did want to note is neither of these instruments are going to have audio ins or outs, or line in, line out, and so you're not able to simultaneously run sound out and take advantage of the speaker system. That is something, if you are in a professional sound application, this is something that you probably want to avoid, or maybe get the next step up that has some audio ins and outs, or line in, line out. That is something that, professional cabling, you'll want that feature. But we're going to take a listen. We'll come back, talk about a couple more of the differences between these two, but we will listen to first the 401, which is going to be in a satin black, and then we're going to listen to the 49, which is going to be in their satin white finish. So let's take a listen. Both these instruments feel incredible. It is the same action between the predecessor and the new 401. The Grand Feel Compact, again, wooden keys, a huge upgrade from some of the other similarly priced products in this price point, especially when you start looking at some of the big named manufacturers. So the Grand Feel Compact feels incredible. Again, it's a graded weighted hammer, so it gets heavier as you move towards the bass. That's that's how an acoustic piano acts. The hammers are heavier, and so it gets heavier down here, and then it gets lighter as you move up the instrument. The feel, I would say, is Kawai's always really great about making an instrument that feels like it's perfectly broken in already, and so you get a lot of real free flowing. Sometimes if you're not classically trained or you haven't built up your muscles on scales and things like that, it's really easy to glide over notes and kind of be messy with your playing. I'm guilty of that, but it's definitely a fantastic feeling instrument. It feels like you're just playing away, and the balance is a really great place of always kind of playing, but also you're ready to strike at a moment's notice. I really do appreciate that. I really like that new competition grand sound, a little bit brighter, a little bit more. I would say you just get a little bit more clarity in some of the upper tones. As you move up on the 701 and the 901 in this Concert Artist, they actually give you both of the renderings, which I really do like. I wish they would have done this on the 401, but they wanted to keep it 19 voices on both of, just like the predecessor. But on the 701 and the 901, you do get both of those renderings, so you're able to mess with the competition sample, and you're also able to mess with the classic. They also changed, when I was going through this, they've changed a lot of the names on, and not only the names, but the samples of the pianos that they're using. So instead of it on the 49, there's like Mellow Grand or Classic Grand, Modern Grand, these names that don't really mean anything. On the 401, they've added, they're like, okay, this is the Jazz EX version, and this is the Mellow EX. And so they kind of give you, hey, this is the EX sample with a little bit of mellow piano, so they've toned down the brightness. Or this is the EX with jazz, and it's going to be a little punchier. So they do offer that, and I would say it's a much better experience when you're clicking through. MSRP on these is not, it's jumped up. It's $300 more on MSRP. That's retail price. So the predecessor, the 49, was at $35.99. The new one is $38.99. I know the MAP price, which is the minimal advertised price, is going to be $30.99 on the 401. The 49, Kawai is clearing through inventory, and so I've seen the price drop below $2,000 on those, whereas before they were about $28.99. So that is actually a fantastic value if you are looking for saving a buck and getting a fantastic instrument. Those 49s were best sellers for Kawai. But I think they've, with the addition of the 401, they've started to clear inventory. So make sure you check out the 49. Maybe you're willing to get the older sample, still get the same key layout, or the same action. You get that Grand Feel Compact. You still get the 40 watts of speakers. You're not getting Bluetooth audio, and the cabinet design is a little bit different. And you're not getting, of course, that competition grand sound. So a couple of sacrifices, but some really cool additions to the new model, the 401. We're really excited about having it here, and again, it's a fantastic feeling instrument. It's going to be a really good seller just because it's that entry point into the Concert Artist series from Kawai. If you've owned one of the Concert Artist, any of that CA line, whether it was maybe the 48 or the 49, or a 5 series or 7 series, please leave comments. Let us know what you guys thought of the owning experience. Was it something that you loved? Was it something that you can't wait to get the next version of? Or maybe, hey, I decided I wanted to go hybrid and I got blank, or I decided I wanted to go acoustic and I got blank. All those comments are they're very useful for people who are looking for the right instrument. We really encourage the community to help us bring light to the products that are out there, and bring awareness to great buys, great deals, and satisfied owners of these things, because it really it helps us all make the right decision on, hey, I'm looking for this, or I'm trying to get the right thing that's going to help me. I'm a beginner, or I'm an advanced player. Again, this is something that I think does really well for someone who needs an acoustic sounding instrument that plays well, doesn't need a bunch of bells and whistles, and has really good piano sounds and a great feel, and doesn't make too many compromises, but also doesn't blow you away with recording and feature set. It's kind of just right there. What you see is what you get. There is recording capability on both of these models, the 401 and the 49. You know, a one-track recorder, 3 songs. There's something called Concert Magic, which is fun for kids. It really kind of teaches the rhythm of a song over the functionality of playing the right notes. It's, you know, any note you hit is going to play, like, advance the melody. And so, not something that we highlight on these videos, but it's kind of a fun tool if you are trying to get a kid or somebody who wants to play music but doesn't have the know-how right now, gets you involved immediately and gets you playing. So that's just a really cool set. So yeah, CA401, really excited. We will be reviewing it against the 501 when we get those in stock, and we will also be reviewing it against the Yamaha COP735. That is, you know, Yamaha's kind of equivalent price point and their entryway into their Clavinova series. And so make sure you are subscribed. We will be bringing you more videos of Kawais, of Yamahas, of Rolands, of Casios, anything we can get our hands on, anything you guys recommend, please leave comments. We would love to go and review it. Again, we also review acoustic pianos, so make sure you watch those videos. And we will continue to bring you great piano facts and a lot of fun content. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Patrick Marr, again at Alamo Music. Find us at alamopianogalleries.com or alamomusic.com. We'll be sure to help you guys out, answer any questions you might have, and hopefully help you find the right instrument.